video doesn't stop and freeze and the audio lines up with the entire video. Hopefully. I'm trying my best here, so I'm working out the mechanics of every video so that it comes out a lot smoother and a lot cleaner. Some video clips will be long video clips, some will be jump cuts because I might make mistakes, but bear with me. Whatever it is, hopefully the video sticks through the whole video this time. Again, I apologize for the last video. In the very beginning and probably at certain points throughout the video, it stopped, froze, whatever, and the audio didn't line up with my mouth. I apologize on that. I'm working on the mechanics, like I said, and hopefully in the editing process, it goes a lot smoother this time around. But again, I'm Barry Wolf. Nice to meet all of you. Before we get into today's topic, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Click that bell icon and subscribe to this wonderful channel and join the AWM Studios production community. Right here on this channel, when you subscribe, you will get occasional behind the scene videos of what it's like editing the video process, what software I use, how I edit my videos, and so forth and so forth. All you gotta do is subscribe, and click that bell icon to stay notified every single time I drop another video. Thank you. And also, if it isn't already on, go to your iPhone or Android's notification section on your settings, turn it on so that you get notified every single time that AWM Studios and Barry Wolf drops another video right here. And with that being said, let's get into today's official video topic. And it's a movie review. And it's a Marvel movie review or a Sony movie review. And it's Morbius. Now, I know right now Morbius is getting a little bit of a bad rap right now in the press. And not only that, but it's getting a little bad rap on Rotten Tomatoes. With that being said, I haven't seen the full-length movie. I've seen bits and pieces as I'm working, because I work in a movie theater. I'm an usher at a movie theater, so I clean theaters, so I go in there, scan the theaters, whatever. But as I go in there, I tend to watch bits and pieces of the movie here and there. So I'm able to get a gist, a general idea of what the movie's about and what happens in what scenes and so forth and so forth. But like I was saying, the movie's getting a bad rap on Rotten Tomato right now, and I don't know why. I mean, it's not the best Marvel movie, it's not the best Sony movie that they've made with superheroes in it, or a super villain for that matter. It's not the best. It could have been done a lot better. And I don't blame Jared Leto. I don't blame anybody really acting wise. I just blame the fact that the story written for it could have been done a lot better if they basically read the comics and understood the character dynamic a lot better. It's basically taken me back to like 2004, 2005, when Spider-Man 3 was made. I mean, the year I could be wrong with also, but I'm getting the kind of idea of when Spider-Man 3 was made, and Sony was like, put Venom in it, we want to see more Venom, we want to see Venom in the movie for once. And Sam Raimi was like, with all due respect, guys, I don't understand Venom. If I put him in it, it's just going to destroy the movie, and it's going to make it look like crap, and it's going to be 10 times worse than it really was. Now, I understand with Spider-Man 3, there are a cult following, fans that did enjoy it and enjoyed it to the fullest extent of what they could. But with my opinion, I don't know. Spider-Man 3 was, okay, I could watch it, but it's not entertaining. It's really like a bore fest to me. But that's not Sam Raimi's fault, that's Sony's fault. I blame Sony 100% with that, because they forced his hand by putting Venom in the movie when he did not understand it. The original concept of Part 3 of Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire was going to involve Mysterio. And rumors are led to believe that Bruce Campbell, the one that was in every movie, whether he was the ring announcer for the wrestling show, or the maitre d' at the restaurant in Part 3, or the usher at the door at his girlfriend's concert, whatever it was, he was supposed to end up being Mysterio in disguise, basically playing each role under the disguise of Mysterio. But that's who Bruce Campbell was supposed to be. He was supposed to be Mysterio originally. But Then they scrapped that idea because Sony wanted to put Venom in the film. So they're like, you know what, Bruce, I apologize, but you're not Mysterio. Instead, we're going to have Sandman. We're going to have Venom. And we're going to have our version of Green Goblin. No, I think the Green Goblin in this one, In this one, Green Goblin came back, but it was Harry Osborn, the son. And it just went to shits. But it's not, again, because of the actors. It's because of the creators. Sony Studios at the time didn't understand Venom themselves, but they were all on board for putting Venom in the movie. And they didn't understand it, and it failed with at least 40% of the fans. 40% of the fans hated Spider-Man 3 with a passion. That's why they scrapped it. That's why Sam Raimi basically said, I was going to still make a part 4, but I just didn't have any interest in it after part 3 failed. And yeah, you can kind of say it didn't fail entirely because it still made a lot of money for what it was worth. I mean, it still made a lot of money over budget. So it's not like it completely failed because they did make money over it. But at the same time, it wasn't what Sam Raimi thought it was going to be initially when he wrote his story or when he read his story or whatever. It wasn't originally going to be like the Sam Raimi vision that he had originally for the film. But that's because, again, Sony put their 2 cents in and wanted to put Venom in the film. When Sam Raimi didn't know who Venom was as a character, he didn't understand his character arc, he didn't understand why Venom was doing what he was doing when he was doing it, and didn't know why he was attached to Tobey Maguire or Topher Grace's character, Eddie Brock. He didn't understand anything about the Venom character, where he came from, how he got here, why he does what he does. He didn't understand anything about Venom. He just knew that Venom was a villain, and Venom was attached to Peter at one point in the comics, and was attached to Eddie Brock the rest of the time. But he didn't understand how to write that in as a story. So he just did what he did best, tried his best, put him in the film, and it failed. But that was Spider-Man 3. So now let's go into Morbius, what I was talking about. In my opinion, if I had to give it a rating, 10 being the greatest movie on earth, and 1 being, oh my god, the worst movie. I could light this movie on fire. I could bury it with the E.T. video game and the Jumanji board games. Then, you know what? I'd give this movie a 4.5 out of 10. It sucked, but at the same time, there are certain parts of the movie that really, really entertained me. I mean, what am I? I'm not a movie critic. I'm not a movie reviewer by nature. But I'm giving my best attempt here. So I might ramble on, but bear with me. I'm trying to be a movie reviewer. I'm trying to give my best example of what I experienced seeing the movie. Again, I didn't see the full-length movie, but I did see bits and pieces as I was cleaning the theater, because again, I'm an usher at a movie theater. But at the same time, there are certain bits and pieces that didn't really make sense to me, but at the same time, I understand why they were flowing together. Why they were flowing together the way they were. And to me, I don't know, it just worked. I mean, Morbius is, again, another character like Venom that's complicated to understand. He's a vampire, he's a doctor turned vampire that is a villain, or in comics is a villain. This movie, I think he was like an anti-hero, like Deadpool at first, like where he wasn't really a hero, he went his own route, but then he wasn't even a villain at the same time. He just did his own thing. But that's who Morbius is. That's what Morbius stands for, is that he's a vampire hunter. Basically, he's a vampire himself, and he hunts other bad guys. But to make a long story short, what I'm trying to say about Morbius are the 2 after credit scenes, which involves Vulture or Adrian Toomes joining the Sony universe. And in my opinion, basically, I don't think that really sticks too well. I mean, they're supposedly setting up for like a Sinister Six type of a movie, but they're doing it in the Amazing Spider-Man universe. Because I don't know how true it is, but what you're going to see on the screen in a few seconds Yeah, what you just saw on that screen, on that slide that I just thrown by, is that supposedly they're thinking about making a Amazing Spider-Man 3 film for 2024. Now, if you read the casting list below, you saw the name Emma Stone. Now, unless they're going to make her character like a flashback or like a ghostly aspiration or whatever, it doesn't really work out for her because in the second Amazing Spider-Man movie, her character ended up dead. She died. Because if you listen to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in No Way Home, he explains just that he had to save MJ, Zendaya's character, MJ, because it was like a redemption when he couldn't save Gwen Stacy, aka Emma Stone's character. So for her name to be on that list, it has to either be a flashback or a ghostly aspiration of some sort, because I don't understand why her name would be on that list. She would not return, because why would she? Her character died in the second movie of the Amazing Spider-Man verse, or TASM, the Amazing Spider-Man TASM universe. Like, literally, in that world, she died. She's no longer alive. She broke her neck, falling down that elevator shaft or whatever it was. She died. So why would her name be on that list, on that casting list? Now, Andrew Garfield would be on it because he is Spider-Man in that universe. He is Peter Parker. So it makes sense for him to be a part of the movie. But why would Emma Stone? I mean, it makes no sense. Let me know down in the comments. I want to start seeing conversations down in the comments. So please, start conversating. Start talking to me through the comments section below. I will respond back to you. I promise you. As soon as I see your comments, I will respond back to you with whether you ask me a question, whether you make a comment of any kind. Let me know. Just start talking down in the comments. Positive or negative reviews, I don't care. At least I'm getting some sort of communication from my viewers. That's all I ask from you. Start communicating. Also, if you like my videos, give me the thumbs up. If you truly don't like the topic or the content that I'm giving, give me a thumbs down. At least I'm getting a review of my own show, of my own videos. And also, again, subscribe so that you can get videos like this and many others, like wrestling commentary videos and wrestling experience videos, like you did with the VPW 150 16-year anniversary show video that I posted. All this and more will be posted right here on the AWM Studios production YouTube channel right here. All you gotta do is subscribe and click that bell icon to stay notified for every single time I drop a video right here. But much beyond that also, check out our Bonfire store. Check out our merch store, which is on bonfire.com/store/AWM Studios. One more time, that's bonfire.com/store/AWM Studios. And check out our shirts, our hoodies, of different campaigns, whether it's Valentine's one, whether it's the Barry Wolf one, whether it's the new channel one, whether it's the original concept design of the logo one, whatever. Get yourself a shirt and post your picture wearing the shirt or holding the shirt and use the hashtag AWM Studios Supporter on Instagram, Facebook, or even in a YouTube video like this on your own channel. Just let me know by posting hashtag AWM Studios Supporter when you're wearing it, holding it, whatever, and I will be loving it because it's showing that you're showing support to this amazing growing channel. Right now, I don't have many subscribers. I'm trying to build it up, so please help out by subscribing and sharing this channel all over social media, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Snapchat, whatever. However you post videos that you like on social media, be sure to post this one on social media, anywhere and everywhere on social media. Thank you. But getting back to topic about Adrian Toomes in Morbius. In Morbius, Adrian Toomes just supposedly appears, like he materializes because of Doctor Strange's spell, but he doesn't know about Doctor Strange. He doesn't know who Doctor Strange is. So he just like materializes, like it's cut up in two different scenes. The first scene is him just like materializing, and then there's a news report saying, oh, there's a guy that claims to be Adrian Toomes who just mysteriously appears in what seems to be an empty jail cell, and there's going to be a court case about possibly releasing him right away, instantly. And then it cuts to him getting inside of a police car, cuts to black, goes to credits, and then the second one will be Morbius driving to an empty lot, like a junkyard or whatever. I don't know what you would call it, but he drives to an empty lot, and then out flies Vulture in his new suit and all. You don't see his face ever because he's wearing like a pilot's mask, like what the government pilot army or what is it? Forgot the terminology, but I apologize. He's wearing like a pilot's mask, so you don't even see his face, but you hear him, and he's basically saying, "Hey, Morbius, I think we should team up, and it would do a lot of good for this neighborhood, but I think I'm here because of Spider-Man. So I think we should team up, and it'll do a lot of good." So Morbius's response is intriguing. And then it cuts to black to the rest of the credits. And that's the end of it. So I do think they're setting up for like a Sinister Six movie. And it seems to be working out really well. I would love to see like either an Amazing Spider-Man TASM 3 movie or a full Sinister Six movie where every villain, Doc Ock, Venom, Green Goblin, depending on the version of Green Goblin you want, Green Goblin, Vulture, Morbius, the list goes on of villains that can show up, Sandman, just enough to make it 6 members, all facing Spider-Man at once. Whether he wins the battle or whether he loses it like he did in the home universe with Thanos, whatever it is, I would love to see a Sinister Six movie. Again, whether you title it The Amazing Spider-Man 3 or whether you title it Sinister Six the movie, whatever you title it, But I would love to see a movie with all 6 villains teaming up together to try and take out Spider-Man for whatever reason they do. Because in the original trailer for the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie, if you look at the original concept trailer that they dropped first, there's 1 or 2 scenes that I know of where like you see gadgets that were supposed to be in the movie that were removed in the final process of the movie, in the final product of the movie rather, where you see Vulture's wingsuit, you see Dr. Octopus's tentacle arms, you see a mysterious ball, which is supposed to be the Venom symbiote in that world. So originally, it seems like Spider-Man Andrew Garfield was supposed to face his version of an alien Venom and face him off, but they removed that entire concept and they just gave him Mr. Electro and who else? Rhino at the very end, like a Rocky 2 scenario where it ends on like a picture frame basically right before they fight. But still, that's what I think. So to make a long story short, Morbius, I give it a 4.5 out of 10. Could have been better? Yes, in a heartbeat. It could have been 10 times better if they knew what they were doing with the Morbius character. How would you have written? I want to hear this. I really do want to hear this. So please give me this. Let me know down in the comments section. And I really do want to hear this. Let me know down in the comments section. How would you have rewritten the Morbius movie to make it a little bit better than it really is? What would you have done differently that didn't happen in the real movie that you would have written differently to make it a little bit better for yourself and the general audience? So please let me know that down in the comment section down below. All the links to all my websites and my Instagram page will be down in the description box below. So go ahead, check it out, click that box so you can see the links to the store, to the merch store, and to my official Instagram channel. Thank you, and see you all in the very next video. Good night, everyone. Barry Wolf out.